everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Sorry, my voice was a little high-pitched there, and I don't know why. We last left off, we were here, still in the first case, in the first trial, trying to prove our innocence, and we found out this guy on the left is carrying a baby on his back for whatever reason, and that neither of them really saw anything, although apparently they may have saw something, because we're going through another cross-examination. And we learned how to do that last episode, which is always fun, just yelling at people. Although I'm still not sure why we yell yes, because that instinctively goes against what I would yell, which is like, no, that's wrong. Or from Danganronpa, sorry, what you go? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe it develops into objection later in the future. I don't know. Because that's sort of the classic line that we have in all the Phoenix Wright games. But I just want to say, hey, thank you guys so much for your continued support of the series. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're doing well. And we're just going to jump back in and solve a murder. The true culprit. We've got Sir Wiggly Ears and the baby guy. What accents did I give him? Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I did. I forgot I can't read this guy's dialogue because he talks like Yoda. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Wait, did I already read these? No. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Wait, did we hear this before? Oh, did we? Whoops, sorry. Did I just reread that? I thought it was different. Didn't we already, like, reject something they said? I don't know. What do you think, Ryunosuke? It's me. What's the matter? I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. Oh, no. No. Calm down, Ryunosuke. Listen. Oh, God. Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. Hakuna your tatas, Ryunosuke. You can't expect witness statements to be full of holes every time. So, just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. What do you mean? You can choose to either press or present against each of the witness statements. If a witness is saying something you're suspicious about, press him on it with L1. Punch him in the face. With a little luck, you may get more details, which could prove to be crucial. They'll probably accidentally say something wrong, and then you'll call him out on it. Right, I see. Ganbate, Ryunosuke. The important point is there's no sense in holding back. If anything even slightly jars with you, press the witnesses on it, and press them hard. Like a pimple. Alright, got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant. I'm sure of it. And one way or another, this cross-examination is going to prove I'm right. It's time to press them for all they're worth. My fate depends on it. You can usually get pretty funny dialogue with pressing people from what I remember in like the older games. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. That's not true.
Yes!
Yes! No! It's not the same thing at all! For a start, I didn't fire that gun! You have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. Punk? I don't think so. Consider this defendant. Oh, consider this defendant. Jesus. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How could I? And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. Somehow that's not the same, bro. So there you have it. Have what? Tien-chan! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears the very next moment. I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all. Don't you? And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in this most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korikuda-san? I don't know if he's sure of anything, man. He seems very nervous. Or he has to pee. Pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was a young... Okay, so... We don't need to see all of these. Visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Lone he was the Englishman. That's wrong!
Yes!
No! So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. Thought you were looking for your coin, bro. That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. I don't think you're really sorry. So, the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only a single beef steak on the victim's table, a meal for one. No. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe she didn't eat a meal. I don't know. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. Maybe he paid them off. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. What's my name? I don't know. No one other than blah. Let me go press the other statement then.
Yes!
No! You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
Unless it was Invisible Woman, I don't know what to tell you. As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I'm growing a... what? Time and again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. That's not possible. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Did you see the other Ace Attorney game? There was one where they were like in a restaurant and they put up a mirror so no one could see the person, but he died there anyways and he wasn't alone with the French guy who kind of scared me. This has happened before. If only there had been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. Quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Hota Clinic. Oh god! Ah! Ah! The Hota Clinic! No! Oh god. That's like this creepy ass clinic in the old not Professor Layton, Jesus. Phoenix Wright games with like this creepy doctor who was like, yes, hello, blah blah blah. And he like would like lick his lips and like scratch his head. Oh god. Oh, goosebumps. Yes, that would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. I feel like if you go there, you're doomed to die. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So, the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. Haha, that's where you're wrong, man. That always does. I wonder, what do you think, Pianosuke? Huh? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Yes!
Yes!
Give me that stuff! If I may, I'd like to request for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? That I hate you, Ouchie. The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Your face is extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Yeah! Slam that table, Cosmo. Whether or not they are of concern is up for us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Yeah. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Whoops. Oh. That's what that button does. Okay. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. The victim's medical report card has been entered into the court record. Medical report card from Hada Clinic. Hoda? Hadi? Hodi? Hada? Was it Hadi in the previous ones? I don't know. Hoda Clinic that was found in the victim's pocket. Let me just take a little read of that. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Once you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Learned that from good old Sherlock Holmes, who I think is in this game, but I think they call him Herlock Sholmes or something? I don't even know. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. What does that mean? The fun's over? Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Kurikuta-san. Sorry. That nasally thing hurts after a while.
Yes!
Oh shit, I didn't mean to, sorry. No! Hold on, I wanted to read this one. Oh, I can't look at it? Whoa. There's a bowl. And some flowers. And the knife is dirty. Why is the fork dirty? Oh, maybe it is. Wait, hold on. I thought I could read this. No? Cool. Love it. I didn't mean to press this. How do I leave? Skippity 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 skip. Oh. Autoplay. Do-do-do-do. I didn't mean to do this. Can I skip? Is there like a fast button? Sorry everyone, I didn't mean to press this. Alright, what am I trying to say now? No one other than the uniformed kid could have done it. No.
Yes!
Why aren't you telling the truth? What did you say, cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Did you, like, get her name, bro? Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. You blind bats? But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Why are they being quiet? Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Shiz. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But why would I make up a lady? Such a woman were indeed present at the scene. The prosecution demands to see proof. Dead inside. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. Yeah. Throw me a bone here, Kazuma. Ha 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 ha. What is that noise? I pressed all of it. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. Did you read the medical report, boy? I tried. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Apparently I can't read, so here. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? Use your eyes, Ryunosuke! You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press X, and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use, up, left, down, right, dance revolution. To rotate that boy. To rotate the evidence in all directions, and examine it from all angles. By using L, up, down, left, right. Alright, you didn't need to trace. I got it. You can move the crosshairs around for hunting for clues that may have been missed before. Sorry, my voice went out. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, Bing, 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 bing. Press X to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more details. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use up, down, left, right, up, down, and X to inspect any areas of the evidence that look suspicious. I can do that. Required for every visit, okay. Mr. John Wilson, Hoda Clinic. Hoda. Dentist. Okay, can I, like, open it? Open Sesame! Doo-doo-doo. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? That's what that means, Rinosuke. It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure, until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical report card's information has been updated in the court record. A record of dental work on the day of the murder, the victim had undergone dental treatment and been prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water. Ha! Fancy that! With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. We're just sitting here talking and they're like, yeah, whenever you're ready, bro. Even if I want to, Furthermore, visual dining all by himself. That's wrong. He was not.
Yes!
Yes! I mean, no. Well, I think, About what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Deep breath, brother! Korakuda-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Shut up! Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Have you forgotten your manners, Ouchie? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. No talkie during Thingy Bopper. It was after 2 p.m. in the restaurant when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Oops, afternoon restaurant, not restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. But that's, remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Talk over him. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could possibly have perpetrated the crime. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? Are you that stupid? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be irrelevant? Or relevant, sorry. Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Ting ting ting. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? You had orders not to eat, so what? What do you mean, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't... Korakuda-san. What, boy? What? Want to throw down? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No! Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Grr. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Ah, right. Yeah, rip him apart. Expertly done, partner. Yeah, look at that table slam. I heard it that time. What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Why don't you bring it? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Damn on him, Kazuma! Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Huh? Yes! Most definitely! So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beef steak? Yo, hell if I know, man. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Gold star, Ryunosuke. Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... me! The victim, the 2 witnesses, and as yet unknown third party. That chick. Obviously, can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person!
Yes!
There was, because I saw her! When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, I will stab you with this katana. We will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma, you are terrifying. Are you insane? And the membrane, you would take on the government? Justice! Don't worry, counsel, I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them, those 2 witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, If it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies. Jail, bitches! Obviously, you'll be charged with perjury. Perjury? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! Bro, your teeth need some dental work. Hold it. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just as you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they, told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Korakuda-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders. Now hold on, lad. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman? Grr. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with the lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? Those witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? Ha 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 ha! Just one simple slip of their tongue! Yeah, well, you know, your fault. Order! Council, explain what's going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Throw them under the bus. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, disclassified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This got to be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Before? My mind went blank. I don't remember any of this. We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. It's called using your eyes, Ryunosuke. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? I want to look on the back of that business card! We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency. I love you. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes into my head. Santa Claus! I'm kidding. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... Satoru? I don't know. Could have said him, but he, like, died. I don't think he would have. I don't know if there's any trophies about not taking damage. I used to save scum like a horrible person, but I'm gonna avoid that. But you know what I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna leave y'all on a cliffhanger. So I'm gonna save here. We're at about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna keep it there. I actually just don't want to make that decision. I have to sit there and think about it. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series. Please don't hate me for that cliffhanger. But as always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.